investments. I've got a lot of them. I've got over about $5 million in investments. But with that being said, it hadn't matured enough to 5,000. But one day it will. You know, it's about investments. You buy low and it grows. So I'm telling myself I got $5 million in investments. And no disclaimer, I don't have $5 million, but one day has a potential. But let's talk about investments. I've a little short story here. You know, if you go back to the Great Depression back in the 30s, it's said that the Great Depression created more millionaires than any other boom in history. However, people was hungry. People was trying to survive. People lost everything. There's a large percentage of people that was able to invest in something, which Berkshire Hathaway's CEO, owner, what's his name, Warren Buffett, he said, you know, investment's easy. He said, do the complete opposite of everybody else, which is also a good life practice. Do the complete opposite of everybody else, because everybody spends money, right? Don't spend money. Everybody goes and parties hard, parties their life away. Don't party hard. Everybody goes out and chases whore. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do the complete opposite of the masses. But we're talking about investment here. And what he meant by that was when everybody's selling and you know that market, whatever that investment is, you gotta speed up. Whenever you know that investment, you know the market, and you believe in it. When everybody sells, you rake in as much as you can get. When everybody sells, you buy. So that's what a lot of people did back in the 30s and the Great Depression. People were selling everything they had, investment, anything of value, and people that had little bought up some. So after the Great Depression, it boomed and created a lot of millionaires. So, you know, it's not my idea. Go check it out. Google it. The Great Depression millionaire boom. Also, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you experienced the .com boom. Back, like, if we could go back to the .com boom, and you invested, say, for $3,000-$4,000 in Yahoo, Google, Amazon, Apple, even Apple back in the 80s. Any of the big, PayPal, YouTube, or, I mean, just think about all the .com boom. It created a lot of millionaires. And then the last recession we had was back in 07, 08, and I experienced that one myself. That's when I got into the stock market. That's when I started diving deep into the NASDAQ, the Dow, penny slips, penny stocks. I love penny stocks. It's very risky. Penny stocks are, but I like those odds better than say going to the casino. And penny stocks is real fun to find a company up and coming that wants to build something, and you research that company, and you can get in on sub penny levels. You know, you take $1,000 and end up with 1 million shares. And if that 1 million shares ever reaches a penny, well, you just do the math. What is it, 10,000? If it ever reaches $1, millionaire. So it's risky. I've done sped up once. Good God, these trucks are passing me like I'm sitting still. But penny stocks are real risky, but man, it's fun. It's fun. You get to dive down deep and research companies. Yeah, don't go do it because I said do it. I'm telling you, you're gonna lose your money. I've always lost my money, but it's been fun. But the ones I didn't lose my money on is the blue chips. Let's go back to 2008. 2008, I was buying Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. I was buying Sirius XM. I think it was just Sirius Radio then, or maybe XM Radio. One of them. I was buying them for pennies on the dollar. They trade a lot higher than that now. I was buying Citibank. I was buying that at 90 cents to $1. The best one that I ever invested in was Pilgrim Pride, and I was buying it at 20 cents and 22 cents. And over the course of a year, I was playing these markets, and I was just buying, flipping. I made quite a few $1,000 quite a few. And I started with little. I'm talking about less than 500 bucks I started with. And by the end of it, I probably made 10,000. And it got me hooked. But at the same time, looking back, Pilgrim Pride, for example, when it was trading at 20 cents, 22 cents, it was, they was in bankruptcy, and there was big speculation of them going under. And me, at the time, I was in the poultry business. I worked for Cook Food. Right across the street was a Pilgrim Pride feed mill. I knew a lot of people at Pilgrim Pride. I knew a lot of farmers at Pilgrim Pride. I knew their day-to-day operation was still like a well-oiled machine. So even though they was in bankruptcy, and it was a chapter 11 or 13 where it was reconsolidation and structure, I knew their day-to-day operation. I knew their industry. So I played with them. I kept buying and selling. And I've done that for a while. But if I would have kept what I initially bought in, you probably wouldn't know who I am right now, because I probably would have never done YouTube. I probably would have never became an owner-operator. I would not be in this lifestyle. I'd be somewhere else. And looking back, I always told myself, if that ever presents itself again, a recession, somewhat of the sorts, I'm going to take and I'm going to buy and I'm going to hold. I'm going to grab it, I'm going to rake it all in, I'm going to rake all I can get, and I'm going to hold. And that's what I've done last year in COVID. Last year in COVID, a lot of stocks crashed. And those stocks crashed to nothing. My favorite one I'm heavy invested in. You know, you hear people talk about they got a sack full. Man, I've got a truckload full of Carnival Cruise. So, Ike Stevens, if you're watching, man, I can't wait to go back on those Carnival Cruises, because I'm a heavy investor there. And it's already made me 100% profit from where I bought in at. Whenever I bought into that, it dipped all the way down to $7, $7.88, I think it was. And I was watching it that week. And that week I was down in Griffin, down there in Haggai, and I was working on my truck. And this is before I took the 6-month hiatus off of YouTube and off of trucking last year. But I was down there in Haggai working on my truck, and I was watching the stock, and I was like, oh my God, it's crashing. Right then, when I got home, I knew what I had to do. I moved some funds around, and I ain't gonna tell you what I invested in it. I just say it's a lot. And I invested it in it, I bought it. But by the time that I could get home and make the transactions, the stock rose back up to $14 a share. Didn't deter me, because before this stock dropped all the way down to $7.88, or just say $8 a share, this stock was a $40, $50, $60 stock. It's up and down, 40 low, 60 high on the average. I can go into the chart and tell you the specifics, but just understand it's a lot. It was around $50, just medium. So knowing how people love their Carnival Cruise, Yamaha, knowing how people love their Carnival Cruise Lines, the Royal Caribbeans, that's such a strong market. So I dug into Carnival Cruise before I'd actually make this transaction. I found out what was going on, and basically, you know, the hiatus, the lockdown, the restrictions from the COVID-19. I was like, all right. And then I looked into their financials and how much money they had set to reserves to withstand a year off. And then, even before I got home, the Saudis invested a heavy amount into Carnival Cruise Line. And I said, there's my go. Everybody's selling, I'm buying. I bought, I've continued to hold. And actually, during the COVID, I did sell off some of my shares. I sold off roughly, how much was that? 300 shares. I had some bills coming due, and this is right before I went back trucking, and I sold off 300 shares. I still made a little bit of profit on it, but not what I'm sitting at today. If I would have held on to those shares, I'd be another 10,000 in the ups. But I held on to the remainder of that, and it's going back up. I think today it closed out at $27 a share. So I'm telling you all of that to get to this point. I've been heavy investing since 2007, 2008. investing is what you do today to reap the fruits tomorrow. In this case, 5, 10, 20 years. And if you don't ever find yourself investing, you're going to find yourself owed with no money. And as an owner-operator, I don't have a 401k. So I don't have a pension. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have an employer. I am the employer. So I've got to create my own 401k. And knowing that, that's why I'm always investing in something. So the stock market is kind of cringy. All the reports say it's about to crash. I don't know. I'm watching that multiple times daily. If my current stock falls to a certain level, I've already got a stop order in, or a sell order in, to just execute sales, and I keep that highly watched. But again, we talked about the recession, we talked about the dot-com boom, we talked about the recession of the housing bubble, 07, 08. Now we're going to talk about cryptocurrency. Now, your story probably goes along with mine. First time I heard about cryptocurrency is $400, $500, $600, maybe $700, I don't know. It's 5, 6 years ago. And I looked at it and I was like, why the hell is somebody going to buy something that don't exist? It's not even tangible. I can't hold it in my pocket. You know, it's like money. If I want to hold money, I can hold money. It's right here. But Bitcoin, really? Bitcoin is, it's just made up. I was like, I wouldn't put my money into that. And I'm sure you thought the same thing, of course, with everybody else. Now, then it went on a bull run. 2017, that stuff, it went over $20,000 a bit. And then I got to looking into the history, and when it came out, it started out at sub-penny, 0.0008 cents per bit. I thought, damn, man, $10 would make you a millionaire by now. And it's just the fact of it is. I mean, if you'd have bought $10 worth of Bitcoin back in 2012, you'd be a millionaire. Well, I'm not going. I'd have to look at the charts, make sure that's accurate. So just say that's just off the hill. But in 2007, it went through a hard bull run, and I still didn't believe in it. I didn't invest in it. I don't want no part of that. But now I'm kicking myself in the ass. I'm kicking myself in the ass now because one of the top guys that I take so much advice from, he's so credible, and he is a man about investing. It's a guy to listen to. I mean, if he said, guys, the sky is falling, I'm going to take shit. I'm going to take cover. I'm just saying, he's that good. And that's Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know, back in 2015, Gary Vaynerchuk said something that had changed a lot of my thinking about investments. He said, if you want to invest, you're always thinking in the future. And if you want to invest, you got to think of what's going to be high in demand in the future, 3, 5, 10 years from now. If you can get in now before that future ever comes to pass, it's going to make you a lot of money. So he said it's easy. If you want to know what the future holds, look and see what the kids are doing now. He said if the kids are into this, by the time those kids become consumer adults, plus or minus a little bit, they're going to be into the same thing. Never heard a bigger truth than that. And that's the whole reason I started this YouTube channel. He said that I started a YouTube channel because what I looked at is everybody, the kids, even adults, even grandpas and grandmas, they don't watch TV anymore. They watch what? YouTube. They watch their favorite YouTubers. You can find a channel niche down to what you want to watch specifically versus what Hollywood dictates and puts on the TV. So YouTube is more user-friendly to let you watch what you want to watch. I mean, like all the prepping channels out there. You know, there's not many cable news channel or cable networks that's putting different array of preppers out there, or even truck drivers. I mean, look at all of us truck drivers. Cable don't offer that. YouTube does. So that's why I started a YouTube channel, and I built my YouTube channel to help people. Alright guys, alright, let me put this back. Oh, where's it at? So it beeped at me telling me my memory card's about full, so I had to delete some things. And I've got about 4 minutes to talk, so I'm gonna keep an eye on the time. But seeing what was going on with YouTube, you know, it seemed like you go into a restaurant, everybody is looking at their phone. Nobody watches TV anymore. I mean, they do, but when I was a kid, we sat around and watched our favorite cartoons. Mom and Dad, grannies, they had their favorite soaps, whatever. Kids, we had what we wanted to watch. Now everybody's watching their favorite YouTuber. So I was when I started a YouTube channel and decided to do what I did. But now the kids usually decide the fate of the future of what's going to happen. I'm mad at myself because understanding that when the Bitcoin was going through a big bull run back in 2017, the majority of that was the younger generation. And it ain't went anywhere. And now it's on a big boom. I mean, government's getting involved. You got billionaire investors getting involved. Hedge funds getting involved. I mean, Elon Musk 3 weeks ago just bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's insane. So I want to start covering some videos about the cryptocurrencies that I've ran into and what I did. I mean, I've got Coinbase, I've got Robinhood. That was the first one. It's junk. Coinbase to get, you know, centralized American style cryptocurrencies. I've also got CoinGecko. I've also got Binance US, access to Binance too, and I've also got an Exodus wallet to hold all of my cryptos in. That is decentralized. So I want to talk a lot about that because I love where stuff is going. There's a lot of conspiracies about money, the value of the dollar, and the last couple of weeks, man, I've been digging hard into the crypto space, and just let it be known, I've done got a fat sack and quite a few things, and I'm gonna be adding more to it. Pro tip, XLM, XRP, just kidding, just say it. And I'm about to be looking in Polkadot. I'm about to be getting some Cardano. I'm about to be getting a huge chunk of Tron. So I'm not trying to get the ones that's already ringing like the Bitcoin, Litecoin, or some ETH. I don't want those. I want the ones that support those. But yeah. Anyways, guys, we're going to talk about some of that. We're going to make some videos about some of that. So if you want to know my perception or what I say my take on cryptocurrency and the blockchain, and you want to see more videos about that, you know, truck drivers investing in cryptocurrency, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you own, what you bought, and let us know if you're sitting on a big Bitcoin stash. I mean, come on, man, that's interesting. I love those stories. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I've got a short time to go before my memory card is full. I've just cut like 4 videos in a row, so if you guys see this same background shirt, yeah, I cut them all together. I'll edit them later and put them up. So guys, if you're hanging around, subscribe, hit my notification so you will get notification. I'm kind of redundant. So you will get notifications whenever I drop a new video and talk about this crypto stuff. So happy investing, guys. See you, bye.